Michael. Are you still there?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
I'm still here.
I lost my connection entirely. So I called the service provider. They are working on their, I think, wires or something. That's why I lost connection. Thank you. Thank you for staying. Thank you very, very, very much. Thank you for staying. So should we continue?
Yeah, we can continue. Yeah.
Okay. So thank you very much. Thank you. And yeah, we were talking about combining colors. I was talking about combining colors. And when you collect information from Google, that's, you collect the meaning of colors and how it feels. One color may have thousands of meanings. But when you are thinking about your brand, you need to be persistent. And it's not experimentation. Like I like blue now, 6 months later, I don't like blue anymore. You need to think in long terms. That's why we have positioning first. Like in 10 years, where do you see yourself? And in 10 years, how do you want your brand to look like? Even for us as humans, in 10 years, I want to look, as young as I am right now. And I believe we all want to look even younger. So it same goes for your brand. You need to have a precise face of your brand, and then you need to adjust along the way. As you go, you make amendments, you make some little adjustments. And I asked you, Michael, that you are not a professional designer, but when you are designing, you think about functionality, right? So as designer,
that's what I go for. I go for functionality first.
And that's, when we are designer, like I said, I am a big fan of narrative designs where there's a lot of elements. And we think, like, if you have seen in my Facebook profile and even in my YouTube channel, where court shade of art, in that playlist, you will see that there are a lot of lines and a lot of noises in those pictures, because that's what I go for. When I do graphic design, I give a lot of elements so people can see through layers. However, that is not the best option when I am putting up an information. I'm sorry. When I'm putting up an ad for a client, because at that point, my call to action is more important than reading the image. And when I'm talking about web designs, and I think it's very much similar to when Michael, in our, I think, second episode, when you discussed that it all depends on the purpose, like what you are going for and how your website should look like. Right?
Yeah. So yeah, it does depend on the individual needs of what job needs to be done by the graphics design. So I keep going back to it, but it's the one that's very easy for me to be able to differentiate the differences between. But photography websites, the emphasis is on the gallery, the photographer's work. Does that mean they don't need a graphics designer? Well, of course they need a graphics designer, because you're gonna have graphical elements within that website that needs to complement crowd, but while still standing out if it's a functional piece of the website. The photographer's work, right? It needs, if it's a graphical element just where the menu is for the website, so then people can get around the website. And it needs to stand out, but not be overshadowing the photos on the website. Same with the logo. The logo needs to stand out, but it doesn't. That's not the wow factor that business is going for. The that business, the photographer, his wow statements should be his photographs. And then for someone like me, graphical elements of on my website to enhance the functionality, to make them stand that them pieces stand out, and to make them pop in a way that draws attention without being overwhelming.
I agree.
But for some other people, that job could be completely different.
Yeah. Yes, I agree. Michael, you have pretty much basic sense of graphics and how the elements should work, right? And I know a lot of web developers, they have the basic knowledge of how things should be in place to make it functional on the eyes. From that point of let's say web developer, if right now I think of you as a web developer, do you think that graphic design or the knowledge of design where there's creative input is mandatory, or do you think it's more on the luxurious side?
That is a very, very, very good question. Very, very good question. So, yeah, again, it depends. But from the majority of people and the majority of businesses out there, I would say graphics design, an entire graphics design, is probably too much at the beginning of a business journey. However, having a professionally created logo, having brand guidelines to follow within your graphics work, having branding that's positions you properly in the world, and that you thought about, is still important. That's very important. But going overboard on graphics elements, and especially in web development at the beginning stages of a business, is probably too much. And it's probably a waste of resources and a waste of time.
That makes sense. So, and one more question. What is your standpoint on Canva?
I'm a pro advocate of Canva. I'm not gonna lie. I used to use Photoshop. I used to use Lightroom. I used to use Illustrator. I used to use InDesign. I used to use all these Adobe things. Even for creating mini videos and stuff like that, I were all Adobe. Now I'm all Canva, and there's many reasons to it. It's not the price. Look, I'm quite happy to pay 50, 60 pounds a month to Adobe and have the collection of tools that they provide you with, if it serves a purpose, if it serves a need, if it serves me and I get use out of it. The reason why I don't pay for that anymore is because Canva have come along with something that's very simple and easy to use. You can create designs within minutes, even if you don't know how to design, because they've got plenty of templates out on there. You can create your own templates to speed up the process. You can create your own templates to give to your clients, and they can use your templates to speed up their process. There's just too many advantages on speed and ease of use with Canva to not at least give it a try. For me, it's perfect. For somebody else who's extremely creative, does a lot of their own designs in terms of path shapes and stuff like that, you know, that's not suitable. But for me and the majority of people out there, Canva's an awesome tool.
I agree. And for those of you who are watching, and before we discussed about putting a lot of elements, to think a website or an online design provider who has all these elements, go check out their logo. Did you have a look at Canva logo? It's simple. It's this. This is Canva logo. Just
see, this is what we're saying here. Like that is simple. That's easy. That's easy to read. That's functional for me to be able to understand that. Yeah, they are a website that's for people to get creative on.
Yeah.
For people to get loose and create designs that are out of this world. Yet their logo is one of the most simplest logos in the world. It's just a blue background circle with writing in the middle saying Canva. That tells you something. They have the ultimate app. They have the ultimate
gallery of
the ultimate development.
Yeah.
They could go as crazy as they wanted to do with the logo, yet they kept it simple and concise and easy to read.
And same goes for designers who are using Adobe Photoshop, or if you look at Unsplash, all these creative galleries, they have all elements, but when it comes to logo, you will see the precision, like Adobe Photoshop CC has a different logo, Adobe Illustrator, whereas Adobe is the same, how they're changing colors and how they're changing letterings. That is a mesmerizing thing to learn. Why I asked you about Canva, Michael, I think it's something we should discuss. Excuse me, because I was losing connection. I turned everything off to understand. Okay. Why I asked you about Canva, I think we need to discuss Canva designers. Canva is a game changer, and I salute Canva because what they're bringing to people who has no sense of Photoshop or designing, they have the sense of decoration and that aesthetic that I just don't put a letter on a background and call this a logo. Canva is giving you fonts, giving you a set, you put your name, and yeah, that's a beautiful logo. You need to see the collection Canva gives you, and you just can pick from it. Not only you, thousands others are picking from it, where you can edit your name. And as experts, we can see, like we are scrolling Canva, like we are looking at logos, we are looking at posts, and we know it's Canva, it's creative market because we research. However, designers who work with Canva and call them designers, I don't agree with it, because Canva is giving you a gallery as a user. If I take you, Michael Ellis, you know Photoshop and everything, and now you need many materials that needs to have your brand message or your brand palette, right? So you pick a Facebook post template and you put your logo, you have the color palette. Canva gives you the palette. You make a presentation, a business proposal for your company, you can stay consistent with your palette, and that works magic, I would say. Again, I salute Canva for that. But if you are a designer and you work with Canva and you are claiming yourself designer, it's like hacking the credit of someone else. That is my stand. Why I'm saying this, there are a lot of accounts on Instagram who claim themselves to be logo master, design master, all masters, but they are putting out designs of Canva. I totally disagree. Not only that, I find it very, how do you say that? That ethically wrong, how do you put it? That you are taking someone's design and you are claiming yourself design master. It doesn't work like that. You need to learn design and you need to create something on your own to call yourself a designer. It works on everyone who doesn't have the time or who doesn't have the, I'd say, design materials or design knowledge to create something from the scratch. It works for them. But if you are a designer, you need to learn softwares. This is my strong standpoint that I would say. And when we are talking about graphics, design or developed, why I mentioned this software, this service, Canva, I teach my students who doesn't have budget to hire a professional, how they can use Canva to create consistent designs on all the social media platforms for their website, how they can do this. However, if you have a budget, hire a professional. Why I am saying this, Canva is a supermarket. You can have logo templates, thousands of logo templates, but you are not the only one taking that. It's not customized for you. If you want a showcase of your brand, a showroom of your brand, like people go there to buy, let's say Gucci products, they go to that showroom and buy from Gucci. They go to Apple store and buy iPhone. If you are looking for something, looking for a showroom for your brand, then hire a designer. This is what I would suggest. And how do you think, Michael, that when is the point that you need to hire? Because Canva, everything is available. When is the point you decide to hire actual expert, a design expert, to do the creatives?
When it's justified. So what I mean by that is when it's justified is as you're starting out in business, it's probably not justified, depending on if you have the budget or not. Some companies who are just starting out will have the budget, and it's probably is very justified for them to do that. For a lot of people get started by themselves. It's just them at the beginning, and justifying spending a good chunk of money on design, quality design, is hard. And so when to do that is simply when the revenue and the budget allows you to be able to play with experimentation of improving your brand's image and improving your company overall. That is when to hire designer. If you need to, now the beautiful thing about Canva, like I said before, you can create your own templates and stuff like that. So if you feel like you need to free up your time, but you haven't got the budget or the revenue or the ability to be able to play with that money to hire a good designer in the first place, then Canva gives that ability for you to be able to create templates, to be able to pass your work off to a VA or an assistant, someone whose workforce is a hell of a lot cheaper, to create them posts for you. So that can even push down the line of when you actually need to bring a designer in. But that can help you if you haven't got the budget yet, but you need to create the time in your business.
And always know what you want. This is what I tell, know what you want and hand it over to the designer so they know what they want. And it doesn't mean that give me options, you are the creative, do all the work. It doesn't work like that. So I think we have entered a different zone now where we are talking investment. Like, when do you invest? When do you invest your money? And when do you invest your time? When do you invest in people? These are some different types of investment that we I'm sorry, that we must make investment. Either if we are investing ourselves, we need to think in terms of time, we need to think in terms of money, we need to think in terms of labor. So I think we should, go in depth about this. Don't you think, Michael?
Yeah. So, like Nur said, when we're talking about moving into the realm of investment inside your business, every business needs investment. You can bootstrap a business, which means taking a business from zero up and creating a business from nothing. Is that doable? Is that possible? Of course, it's doable. It is doable. But what you need to do in them situations is invest the profits and the revenue back into the business, at least partially of it, and probably majority of it. Else, you're going to be in a situation where you have a business that's bootstrapped from nothing, that isn't right in the world, that isn't going to stand up on its own. Every business needs to reinvest and allocate resources for the improvement of the business, to keep that edge, to keep going. So one of it can be to, like we said, investment in time. One of them is investment in people, and another is investment in money. Unfortunately, all three break down to money. And what I mean by that is investment in time is if you are investing your time into doing something, you're also turning around and saying no to other tasks.
Yeah.
So if you're the graphics designer in your business, you are saying no to something that's probably going to generate you revenue in your business, which is therefore costing you money. If you're the web developer inside your business, then that's taking time out of your life, which is stopping you from being able to do other tasks, like creating content that's going to get your message out there, or like getting on a sales call and talk, and having that time to be able to sell to somebody. But having a website develop is probably something that's on your priority list and something to do. So it needs to be done. So you're investing that time. But yet again, like I said, there's money implications into it. Investing in workers. So you then decide that you need a virtual assistant, or you need an assistant to help you to bring back some of that time, so then you can spend that time on other areas of your business that's going to generate you income and revenue. So it's going to cost you in terms of paying that person's wage, but that investment in that wage is going to bring your time back, which is going to allow you to do the things that's going to generate you revenue and income more, and hopefully bring more revenue and profits to the business. Or it will allow you to just take a step back from the business and not lead to burnout if you're putting too much work in yourself. One or the other. Either way, that still boils down to money. And then investment in money, which is outsourcing to other firms, bringing a branding consultant in to help you with your branding and your branding position and your branding message and all that stuff. That is also, well, obviously it's going to cost you in terms of investing money, but it's also going to bring money back to you in the long run. So they're the three types of investment in time, investment in people, and investment in money. Each one boils down on return on investment in terms of money inside a business.
Yeah, that was brilliant. Thank you, Michael. And I think we should make another episode on investment, because when we talk about investment, there's it seems like do you invest in a creative designer or do you not invest in a creative designer, or do you invest in a writer or do you not invest in a writer? I would love to discuss from a creative end, when I had to struggle with, do I invest in a web developer or do I just learn it myself because I'm a designer, and it happened like, do I invest in a marketer or can I do it myself? This is what I struggled with. But I think that we already have a bonus episode because I was disconnected, and we break it down in 2 episodes. We should make another episode on investment. What do you say, Michael? That would be fun.
That would be fun. It costs it'd be fun. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, of all the making all the episodes, and for those of you who have been watching 50 Shades of Creatives, there are a lot of episodes I've been, but this is the most fun I am having because we are from 2 different worlds, and when we find a common ground, it's like magic happened and we be enlightened. That's my feeling from the creative end, from the brand end. So we will see you very soon, and subscribe to this channel 50 Shades of Creative so you don't miss any updates. And Michael, what do you say? In the end, I don't want to end this, so you end this.
I end it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment below, leave us thoughts down below, any thoughts that you're having on the episode. Tell us how you like to do graphics design, if you do graphics design for yourself or for your business. Tell us what your favorite color is to use.
Yes.
Mine is blue. Or blue purple.
My favorite color is
I wear a lot of blue as well. I just like the color blue. I don't know why.
But
mine is blue. What's yours?
Okay, the first time I saw it was all white. The second time I saw you on that episode, it was all white. This is, I think, lately I see you in colors, but I have been seeing you in white more than in blue. We'll discuss it after this episode, I think. Yeah. And all my favorite colors you can see in my logo, literally black and electric blue. It explains me, I would say. If you learn color code, what does this color mean? Yes, that is me. You're right. That's me. So yeah, I think, follow Michael Ellis online. If you are interested in his podcast, I have attached the link in my description. So just go back to all the episodes, as many as you want. The free conversation he was telling about earlier, that I am intrigued now. So I will see you all very soon. Thank you, Michael. See you very soon. Bye.
Yeah.